Hello again, everybody. I'm gonna complain about something that has been it's been grating at my nerves lately. Obesity. Please read the annotation if you're watching this and you might be offended by this. Um, Basically, people who are obese by choice, obviously not by medical condition. There are medical conditions, but people who choose to let themselves go, people who don't do anything about the fact that they are unhealthily um, overweight. It really irks me. My brother he's 12 and he weighs as much as I do, and he's about 6, 7 inches shorter than me. I mean, he's hefty, but that's not terrible. What really upsets me is when there's people who raise their kids and their kids are same age as my brother, will say, and these kids are 20, 30, 40 pounds heavier than I am. It irks me. It makes me mad that parents are like, oh, you gotta love them for who they are on the inside, not on the outside. Well, while I agree with that, that's just a way to ignore the problem, and it's a way to avoid dealing with the situation. Parents don't want to have to come down on their kids because they're afraid of looking bad. They're afraid that they'll be bad parents. I think parents need to balls up. I think it's really upsetting to me when they're like, "Oh, you gotta love them for who they are and not what they look like." And to me, that just is a careless way to look at it. Like, say for instance, your kid started doing drugs, and I'm not talking about. It doesn't even have to be your kid. Say somebody that just somebody you care about in general starts doing drugs. And when I say drugs, I don't mean weed. I don't mean drinking. Drinking is bad when it gets to a point, but neither of those in moderation are wrong or bad. They have adverse effects, but I don't, they're minuscule compared to things like crack, cocaine, heroin. If somebody you care about starts getting into those things, you're gonna stop them, right? I mean, yeah, obviously, most time, most chances are that if they're getting into drugs, they're of age. You can't stop them, but you're gonna do what it takes to try and help them. The same logic should apply to parents who are letting their kids get overweight just because it's becoming more and more acceptable in society. Society is fucked up. There are obvious adverse health effects. I'm not I'm not a doctor. I don't know them. I couldn't list them for you. But what I do know is that they can be pretty severe, and I know it's possible for a kid to lose weight when they get older. They themselves could realize, oh, I'm a fat ass. I need to shape up. But if they're taught that it's okay, why would they want to change that? They enjoy being gluttonous, and why would they change that if it's okay? It pisses me off that people think that it's okay because it's not okay. You're effectively watching somebody. Your parents are effectively poisoning, in a sense. They aren't like directly poisoning, but in a sense poisoning their kids. I say it like that because I don't have a better way to phrase it, but they're allowing them to be unhealthy. They're basically digging them their early grave by taking them out to fast food restaurants, and letting them order everything on the menu plus a dessert. And like, seriously, I work at fast food, and um, there have been times when somebody comes in and their kid is no older than 14, and I'm 18. I'm 5'8" and I weigh 135, which is about average. Um, their kids already weigh more than I do. They allow their kids to order more than I can eat plus dessert, and they think it's okay. They shell out a whole shitload of money for this when they could be buying food, preparing it at home, making something that's not as adversely that won't as adversely affect their child's health. And I don't know. I really don't got much more to say about it. This whole thing has probably just been me saying the same thing over and over and over. But really, I mean, it makes me rage. Right now, I'm pretty calm, pretty relaxed. I don't want to like scream into my microphone about this, but every time I see a parent buying their child, you know, unhealthy things when their child is already obviously unhealthy, it makes me want to spontaneously combust, because that's the only thing that would make any less sense than a parent giving their unhealthy child unhealthy things. I mean, parents should be lucky that their kids aren't terminally ill. There are parents out there who have kids with cancer that are gonna die, like are going to die within the next 5 years, and these parents have to face this fact. And other parents are blessed, not knowing, hey, yeah, my kid's gonna die soon. They don't cherish their time with their kids, and they don't cherish their children's health. And like I said, just because it's acceptable by society, they give in to what their child wants as opposed to enforcing what is best for their child, and pisses me off. Same as everything else. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if any of that's right at all. It probably is all wrong. But that's just how I feel about the subject on purity. If you want to talk about it, leave a comment, leave a message in my inbox. We can talk on MSN. Like I said before, I don't like talking here. I don't want to talk through the messaging here on YouTube. So yeah, just get at me. I'll give you my MSN ID. We can talk intelligently, and I'm not going to be bashed. I'm not going to subject myself to that. It's purity, and that's just how I feel.